like there'd be no room left inside. But spring left room for me, quiet and wide, like space itself was on my side. I woke without needing to fit. Spring doesn't ask the soul to submit. I entered the morning as I was. Spring doesn't reduce being to cause. I noticed how well stayed free. Spring doesn't crowd the world around me. I walked and felt space beside. Spring doesn't push existence to collide. I remember squeezing myself smaller. Spring said life doesn't require armor. I stayed with my edges untrimmed. Spring doesn't cut the self to blend. I noticed how silence made room. Spring doesn't fear emptiness in bloom. I let my thoughts spread out. Spring doesn't compress meaning to shout. I stayed where I stood, unclaimed. Spring doesn't label presence by name. I remember trying to earn space. Spring said you're allowed to take place. I breathed and the day opened more. Spring doesn't lock the world at the door. I walk through hours uncrowded. Spring doesn't fill time until clouded. I notice how calm could stay. Spring doesn't chase stillness away. I stayed with myself unfolded. Spring doesn't ask the heart to be folded. I reach evening still free. Spring left room for me to be. I lay down knowing I belong. Spring left room for me all along. I used to wait until I felt ready before I stepped outside. Like life required completion before it could be tried. Morning didn't ask for polish, didn't check my shape. Spring let me arrive unfinished and still gave me space. I carried doubts like folded letters, never sent. Spring said movement doesn't need consent. I walked into the day uneven, out of tune. Spring doesn't mind imbalance, it blooms. I've been hiding all my questions behind control. Spring don't solve you, it enrolls. I felt my steps forgive themselves midway. Spring doesn't grade effort, it stays. I stopped apologizing for my pace. Spring said growing isn't erasing its place. I noticed notice how mistakes didn't echo. Spring absorbs damage and lets go. I thought becoming meant arrival, clear and clean. Springs that becoming happens in between. I wasn't brave, I wasn't sure. Spring doesn't ask for courage, it endures. I let myself be seen in progress. Spring finds beauty in mess. I realize I don't need a finished plan. Spring let me arrive unfinished as a man. I used to think arrival needed sound, like if I didn't announce myself, I wouldn't be found. But spring let me arrive without announcement and stay, like being quiet didn't erase my place. I woke into the day unmarked. Spring doesn't ring bells for the heart. I entered the morning
softly,
softly.
Spring doesn't confuse quiet entry with lonely.
I noticed how space
accepted me.
Spring doesn't gate presence
With ceremony,
I walk through hours
unnoticed
Spring doesn't rank living
by notice.
I remember craving
Recognition
Spring said arrival isn't validated
by attention,
I let myself be
unseen
Spring doesn't reduce existence
to screen.
I noticed how calm
Help me
Spring doesn't abandon the quiet
for ready,
I stayed where I landed
still true
Spring doesn't ask arrival
to prove.
I breathe in the day
Kept room
Spring doesn't fill the world
to consume.
I remembered fearing
Being quiet meant gone.
Spring said being here doesn't require
song.
I walked through afternoon still gentle Spring doesn't demand entry be essential I noticed how peace didn't announce Spring doesn't need sound
To count
I stayed with myself
unbroadcast
Spring doesn't measure worth
by contrast.
I moved into evening
Still near
Spring let me arrive without announcement
I was here.
I lay down knowing nothing was missed Spring let me arrive without announcement And I exist
existed. And I existed.
I used to think arrival meant crossing a line, like life only counted when something was behind. But spring let me arrive without arriving at all. It said you can be here without a call. I woke inside the day, already present. Spring doesn't announce beginnings, we're sentenced. I stayed where I was and nothing collapsed. Spring doesn't punish stillness for staying intact. I remembered how often I chased the next. Spring said the next moment is not a test. I felt grounded without landing. Spring doesn't need endings to be standing. I walk through the morning without transition. Spring doesn't divide time with incision. I notice how breath didn't change. Spring doesn't dramatize movement with range. I stayed with myself without arriving somewhere else. Spring doesn't relocate meaning for help. I felt complete without conclusion. Spring doesn't resolve life for inclusion. I remember trying to reach peace. Spring said peace isn't distant, it's release. I let the day carry me without destination. Spring doesn't reward life with location. I stood in the middle of what I was. Spring doesn't pull you forward by force or clause. I watch afternoon pass, still where I began. Spring doesn't erase presence when hours expand. I felt rest without stopping. Spring doesn't frame arrival as dropping. I reached evening, still right here. Spring let me arrive without arriving, and everything was near. I lay down knowing I had missed. Spring let me arrive without arriving, and that was it. Grew up thinking ordinary was something to escape, like meaning only lived in shape. The morning came without spectacle, no sign. Spring let me be ordinary still be mine. I made coffee without ceremony, watch steam rise. Spring doesn't crown the moment it arrives. I noticed how my heartbeat didn't rush. Spring doesn't elevate life, it trusts. I'd been chasing significance like it was late. Spring said ordinary is a gate. I stood in the kitchen, light on time. Spring doesn't measure worth by miles. I felt contentment without climax. Spring doesn't build joy on track. Oh, I remember days I tried too hard. Spring said nothing is wrong with where you are. I washed my hands, let water run. Spring doesn't ask what you've become. I thought about love, not a story or scar. Spring said love lives quiet where you are. I noticed how being present didn't fade. Spring doesn't punish stillness for staying. I breathe without narrating the sound. Spring doesn't need meaning to be found. I realize peace isn't triumph or claim. Spring let me be ordinary, and that was enough name. I walk through the day without display. Spring let me be ordinary, and I stay. To search for clear edges, like if I was a name, I'd disappear. But spring let me be undefined and still here, like not knowing myself was sincere. I woke without labels attached. Spring doesn't ask the soul to be matched. I stayed between feelings, not one. Spring doesn't force identity to be done. I noticed how air had no shape. Spring doesn't confine. Spring doesn't confine being to a gate. I walk through the morning unclaimed. Spring doesn't require clarity to remain. I remembered fear being vague. Spring said openness is brave. I stayed with thoughts still shifting. Spring doesn't freeze the mind for lifting. I noticed how freedom felt wide. Spring doesn't shrink the self to decide. I let emotion stay fluid. Spring doesn't solidify.
trying to explain. Spring doesn't sculpt the soul to escape. I walk through hours unfixed. Spring doesn't demand meaning be mixed. I notice how peace didn't need shape. Spring doesn't sculpt the soul to escape. I stayed between answers, still whole. Spring doesn't fracture life for control. I moved into afternoon, still open. Spring doesn't close the self once spoken. I reached evening unlabeled. Spring let me be undefined and stable. I lay down knowing I was enough. Spring let me be undefined, and that was love.
Used to think lingering was delay. Like if I stayed too long I'd fade. But spring let me linger without blame. Like staying was also a way. I woke and didn't rise right away. Spring doesn't scold the morning for delay. I stayed with the first light on the wall. Spring doesn't rush moments at all. I noticed how seconds opened up. Spring doesn't measure time by cup. I sat with thoughts that circle. Spring doesn't tighten life to be girdled. I remembered fearing staying mixed up. Spring said lingering isn't luck, it's touch. I let the day breathe around me. Spring doesn't pull hours to be. I notice how calm settled in layers. Spring doesn't strip peace for players. I stayed with feelings still warm. Spring doesn't push emotion to fall. I walk slowly without goal. Spring doesn't sell the future at toll. I remember leaving too soon. Spring said staying lets meaning bloom. I stay in a moment past comfort. Spring doesn't limit ease by number. I notice how presence deepens. Spring doesn't fear time when it's lengthened. I walk through afternoon, still near, still near.
disappear when you linger here. I stayed until evening. Spring doesn't without sign. Spring doesn't ring bells for time. I let dusk arrive in its way. Spring let me linger and stay. I lay down knowing nothing was lost. Spring let me linger, and that was the costless cause. Come on, give it. Come on, give it. Come on, give it. Come on, give it. Oh, notice. Come on, give it. Come on, give it. Oh, notice.
I used to think life waited for a moment, like if I didn't arrive, it wouldn't open. But spring did not require me to arrive. It stayed, like being on the way was okay. I woke without destination in mind. Spring doesn't rush the soul to a sign. I stayed between steps, still moving. Spring doesn't confuse arrival with proving. I noticed how the morning didn't ask. Spring doesn't demand presence, be fast. I walk through hours still approaching. Spring doesn't cancel me for not reaching. I remembered fearing I was late. Spring said time doesn't punish the patient. I stayed with effort incomplete. Spring doesn't close the door. I noticed how warmth followed me. Spring doesn't wait for endings to be. I breathed and the day kept wide. Spring doesn't narrow life to decide. I remembered racing to belong. Spring said belonging isn't won by run. I stayed moving without land. Spring doesn't need a rival to understand. I noticed how calm lived on the road. Spring doesn't store peace in a load. I walk through afternoon, still going. Spring doesn't measure progress by knowing. I stayed with motion, unfinished. Spring doesn't withdraw meaning from distance. I moved into evening, still en route. Spring did not require me to arrive. It knew the truth. I lay down knowing I was near. Spring did not require me to arrive. I was here. I had been afraid that seasons arrive to remove something from me, like warmth would demand a price like ease would cost memory. Oh. But spring did not take anything away. It added without subtracting. It stayed without replacing anything. I woke with my past still intact. Spring doesn't clean the soul by impact. I noticed how nothing in me was erased. Spring doesn't improve life by waste. I stayed with habits old and worn. Spring doesn't burn yesterday to be born. I remembered losses that shaped me. Spring said nothing lived in vain. I felt joy rise beside grief. Spring doesn't trade one feeling for relief. I walk through the morning carrying weight. Spring doesn't require lightness to participate. I felt history breathe inside now. Spring doesn't separate time by right out. I stayed present without discarding. Spring doesn't heal by forgetting. It's guarding. I notice calm arrive gently. Spring doesn't steal edges from memory. I let the day pass, holding everything. Spring doesn't thin the soul to let it sing. I move through afternoon unreduced. Spring doesn't ask you to choose. I remembered fearing ease meant loss. Spring said peace doesn't erase what it costs. I reached evening still complete. Spring did not take anything away from me. I lay down knowing nothing was gone. Spring did not take anything away. It went on. I thought mornings had to shake me awake. Like if I didn't rise fast, I'd fall away. But spring did not wake me, suddenly it stayed. Like waking was something that could take all day. I opened my eyes, still drifting. Spring doesn't pull the soul from dreaming. I stay between sleep and sound. Spring doesn't snap the night to ground. I noticed how light waited on the wall. Spring doesn't force the day at all. I breathe without standing right away. Spring doesn't punish rest at daybreak. I remembered fearing missing the start. Spring said beginnings don't leave the heart. I stayed with softness still near. Spring doesn't rush the body into here. I notice how calm
can see the thirst. I walk slowly into the room. Spring doesn't hurry, dawn to bloom. The morning find me. Spring doesn't require readiness to be. I notice how time stayed wide. Spring doesn't compress hours inside. I stayed with the day as it formed. Spring doesn't wake the soul with alarm. I moved in afternoon, still gentle. Spring doesn't harden life to be essential. I noticed how peace stayed awake. Spring doesn't shake, the heart forsake. I reached evening, still soft. Spring did not wake me, suddenly it talked. I lay down knowing nothing was missed. Spring did not wake me, suddenly I existed. I wasn't searching for a feeling when the day began. I was just sitting in the quiet, trying to understand. The light came through the doorway like it knew my shape. Spring didn't interrupt me, it adjusted its pace. Oh, I had been moving all my life like stillness was a threat. Spring found me sitting still and never asked me yet. He asked me yet. Oh, I felt the air settle around me like a chair. Spring don't announce comfort, it's there. Oh, there. I'd been measuring my worth by motion and demand. Motion and demand. Spring said value doesn't rush, it stands. I listen to the city, learn its softer sound. Spring teaches noise how to come down. Oh, baby, I remembered moments I survived by speed. Spring said rest is not retreat, it's need. I felt my heart slow without fear. Spring doesn't force calm. It doesn't force calm. It appears I sat long enough for warning to loosen. Spring doesn't chase desire, it repositions. I thought of love without urgency, without chase. Spring showed me patience has a face. I wasn't fixed, I wasn't new. Spring just stayed near till I knew that stillness can hold life without breaking. Spring found me sitting still, and nothing was taken. Oh, baby, oh, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby.
I've been afraid of unfinished things, loose ends, half-said feelings, and broken plans. But spring held me through the unfinished without repair. It said what's incomplete is still cared. I woke with questions still open. Spring doesn't rush answers to keep them spoken. I stayed with uncertainty without framing. Spring doesn't name loose end as failing. I felt comfort, not resolution. Spring doesn't heal the soul by conclusion. I remembered projects left behind. Spring said nothing meaningful is out of time. I carried thoughts that never closed. Spring doesn't seal chapters to let them go. I walk through the day holding loose thread. Spring doesn't tangle meaning at the end. I felt peace beside confusion. Spring doesn't require order for fusion. I stayed with emotion still forming. Spring doesn't force the heart into performing. I noticed how calm didn't depend on things being finished. In the end, I moved through afternoon incomplete. Spring doesn't withhold rest until life is neat. I remembered fearing open doors. Spring said openness is what life is for. I stayed unfinished, still whole. Spring doesn't fragment the soul by roll. I reached evening with nothing resolved. Spring held me through the unfinished, and I dissolved, not into loss, but ease. Spring holds the unfinished until sleep. I lay down knowing I don't need to close. Spring held me through the unfinished, and it shows.
I thought comfort came with assurance, like if there was no promise, it wasn't safe. But spring held me without promise and stayed, like presents didn't need what's next to be okay. I walk without of our futures by hand. I stayed with uncertainty. Calm spring doesn't require outcome to be warm. I noticed how gentleness arrives. Spring doesn't attach care to survive. I walk through the morning uncertain. Spring doesn't tie support to certain. I remembered fearing being held meant guarantee. Spring said holding doesn't speak of certainty. I stayed in the now without claim. Spring doesn't ensure life against pain. I noticed how peace didn't predict. Spring doesn't need foresight to exist. I breathe with moments still open. Spring doesn't seal the heart once spoken. I stayed with trust unwritten. Spring doesn't draft safety with condition. I remembered waiting for assurance. Spring said comfort doesn't come with endurance. I walk through hours still unsure. Spring doesn't withdraw warmth from the unsure. I notice how calm stayed close. Spring doesn't promise anything to hold. I stayed receptive without deal. Spring doesn't negotiate what is real. I moved into evening, still free. Spring held me without promise, and that was enough for me. I lay down knowing nothing was old. Spring held me without promise, and it held. I used to rush moments to closure, like if they stayed open, they'd hurt. But spring held the moment open gently, like openness was safety, not uncertainty. I woke with a feeling still forming. Spring doesn't force emotion to finish. I stayed with a conversation half spoken. Spring doesn't close the heart once opened. I notice how time didn't press. Spring doesn't collapse moments under stress. I let a memory stay alive. Spring doesn't archive life to survive. I felt meaning hover, not land. Spring doesn't lock understanding by hand. I stayed with a smile that didn't peak. Spring doesn't require joy to speak. I remembered how often I sealed moments shut. Spring said holding open is trust. I let the present remain unfinished. Spring doesn't need conclusions to witness. I notice how calm lived in the gap. Spring doesn't rush moments to snap. I walk through the day with doors ajar. Spring doesn't define moments by far. I stayed receptive, not waiting. Spring doesn't confuse openness with aching. I felt peace, not settle, but breathe. Spring doesn't freeze the to keep. What's not chosen. I reach evening with moments still wide. Spring held the moment open and stayed inside. I lay down knowing nothing had closed. Spring held the moment open until sleep took hold.
I used to rush from one moment to the next, like the space between was empty or less. But spring held the space between moments gently, like silence was part of the song. Intentionally, I stood after finishing something before beginning again. Spring doesn't rush transitions, it lets them remain. I felt the pause, not as delay. Spring doesn't treat stillness as decay. I noticed how breath settles after breath. Spring doesn't crowd life with excess. I stayed in the in-between longer than usual. Spring doesn't label pauses as useless. I remembered how often I feared gaps. Spring said space is where meaning unwraps. I let my hands rest before reaching. Spring doesn't force momentum for teaching. I felt awareness widen in the pause. Spring doesn't need action for a cause. I walk between thoughts without stitching them. Spring doesn't require coherence to keep them. I stayed between words while speaking. Spring doesn't fill silence for pleasing. I notice how calm lives in the gap. Spring doesn't hide peace in maps. I move from afternoon toward night. Spring held the space where light meets light. I didn't rush sleep or resist. Spring doesn't collapse moments to exist. I lay down aware of what didn't happen. Spring held the space between moments, and that's where I rested. I slept knowing life isn't only what's done. Spring holds the space between moments until the next one. Oh. Silence used to feel like something missing, like sound was proof of living. But spring kept me company through silence all day, like quiet was another way to stay. I woke to a room that didn't speak. Spring doesn't fear spaces that feel weak. I sat without music, without voice. Spring doesn't need sound to rejoice. I noticed how silence didn't press. Spring doesn't turn quiet into stress. I stayed with my breath as it passed, Spring doesn't fill silence with past. I remember trying to escape stillness. Spring said quiet isn't empty, it witnesses. I walked through morning without noise. Spring doesn't equate life with choice. I felt comfort in the unsaid. Spring doesn't require language to be fed. I stayed silent, still heard. Spring doesn't confuse voice with word. I let hours pass unscored. Spring doesn't measure life by chord. I noticed calm deepening hush. Spring doesn't rush quiet with rush. I walked into afternoon, still soundless. Spring doesn't label silence as boundless. I felt presence without cue. Spring doesn't need sound to know you. I stayed in silence as evening fell. Spring kept me company through silence, and all was well. I lay down knowing quiet stayed. Spring kept me company through silence and didn't fade. I thought staying meant stopping, like if I didn't move, time would pass me and forget my name. But spring let me stay exactly here without shame, like stillness was part of the game. I woke where I was and nothing shifted. Spring doesn't accuse frees the soul of drifting. I stayed with the same thoughts still unfinished. Spring doesn't pressure meaning to be distinguished. I noticed how the light returned to the same wall. Spring doesn't need change to feel new at all. I breathed in the morning without intent. Spring doesn't require purpose to be spent. I remembered fearing being left behind. Spring said presence isn't measured by time. I stayed in one feeling longer than planned. Spring doesn't pull emotions by hand.
I watched hours pass
Without urgency. Spring doesn't confuse movement with urgency. I sat with silence that didn't explain. Spring doesn't translate peace into gain. I let memory arrive, then leave. Spring doesn't chain the past to what you believe. I stayed with myself, not improving. Spring doesn't grade the soul for moving. I noticed how calm didn't ask permission. Spring doesn't frame ease as omission. I walk only when I felt like it. Spring doesn't punish rest or quiet. I remember trying to justify a pause. Spring said being is enough without cause. I stayed through afternoon unchanged. Spring doesn't demand transformation to stay engaged. I reach evening, still the same person. Spring let me stay exactly here without worsening. I laid down knowing nothing was missed. Spring let me stay exactly here, and I existed. I used to grab thoughts to control. Like if I didn't hold them, they'd pull me apart. But spring let my thoughts drift and stay whole. Like drifting wasn't losing the heart. I woke with my mind still loose. Spring doesn't tie thinking into use. I stayed with ideas unfinished. Spring doesn't sharpen thought to be distinguished. I noticed how silence held them. Spring doesn't chase the mind to pen. I walk through the morning, still wondering. Spring doesn't punish the soul for pondering. I remembered fearing losing focus. Spring said focus isn't born from notice. I let my mind move slowly. Spring doesn't make clarity holy. I noticed how calm lived between. Spring doesn't force meaning to be questions unanswered. Spring doesn't call curiosity a hazard. I breathed in thoughts, came and went. Spring doesn't judge the mind for movement. I remember trying to fix my head. Spring said drifting isn't broken, it's led. I walked through hours, still loose. Spring doesn't frame wandering as abuse. I noticed how peace stayed near. Spring doesn't disappear when thoughts are unclear. I stayed with myself, unfocused. Spring doesn't require the mind be noticed. I moved into afternoon, still open. Spring doesn't close the mind once spoken. I notice how rest enter thought. Spring doesn't crown control as taught. I stayed with drifting until night. Spring let my thoughts drift, and they stayed light.
I lay down knowing
Nothing went wrong. Spring let my thoughts drift
all along.
Oh,
I lay down knowing nothing went wrong.
spring let my thoughts drift
All along.
oh. I used to interrupt myself before a thought could land. Like silence was dangerous if it stayed too long. But spring let my thoughts finish talking without pushing them. It waited until every word found its end. I sat with an idea that didn't know where it was going. Spring doesn't demand direction for beginning. Oh, I noticed how thinking slows when allowed. Spring doesn't speed the mind with sound. Oh yeah, I stayed with uncertainty without feeling it. Spring doesn't rush clarity to earn it. I remembered correcting myself mid-sentence. Spring said truth doesn't need interruption. I let one thought lead to another. Spring doesn't separate meaning from its brother. I felt pauses appear between phrases. Spring doesn't erase silence, it praises. Oh, I walk through the day with my mind still open. Spring doesn't lock conclusions once spoken. I let memory surface, then drift. Spring doesn't pin thoughts down to keep. I notice how calm lives between words. Spring doesn't overcrowd awareness with noise. I thought about choices I never finished deciding. Spring said undecided is still living.
stayed with reflection without resolving. Spring doesn't rush inside to be molding. Oh, I felt my head grow quieter, not empty. Spring doesn't remove thought, it frees. Oh, I walked in the evening with ideas still warm. Spring lets thoughts finish talking before sleep forms.